Thank you.
Thanks, Dimitri. So next, it's my pleasure to introduce Christopher Gorgon. Whoops. You've got it. Okay, you're going to build the slide.
Good. Exactly.
He's going to talk about Eli.
Yeah, so it's good to see all you guys. Welcome to Duke. For some of you, welcome back after a hectic summer, I'm sure. My name is Christopher Gorgon. I'm the director of the Entrepreneurial Leadership Initiative, which is over at the Stanford School of Public Policy. And to give you some context here, I graduated from Duke in '93, and I can say that my first entrepreneurial venture was a coffee house bar restaurant in Santiago, Chile. So an early stage venture which got me a taste of what it was like to be an entrepreneur, and also gave me a taste of what it was like to start something from scratch and what it was like to see it all the way through to fruition. I've stayed in the entrepreneurial field. When I graduated from business school, I launched an online tutoring company called Smart Thinking. We ended up raising $9 million of venture capital for that, and now I've grown that into the largest online tutoring company in the country. And it's been really fun to be able to go out and figure out how to build a number of different businesses. I've done that a handful of times. And now coming back to Duke and thinking about how we can provide those same kind of experiences to you has been an empowering experience. The other thing that I'll tell you, 3 years ago I embarked upon trying to write a book about the entrepreneurial process. And what I realized is that the entrepreneurial process is not simply about starting a new enterprise or starting a nonprofit organization, but it's a mindset. And when you can pay attention to what that mindset is all about, and you can pay attention to how you can actually create an extraordinary life for yourself by bringing that entrepreneurial mindset into everything that you do, you set yourself up for a very exciting path going forward. And I'll tell you that talking to the 55 people that we interviewed for the book, it's great to hear about the interview process you're going to be doing. Because when you go and talk to 55 people about their own entrepreneurial paths and what they learned about that entrepreneurial path, you realize that there are certain things that come up again and again, and the things that I'm going to try and encourage you to do, and the things that we've now built the Entrepreneurial Leadership Initiative around. One is that the people who were enormously successful in terms of their own paths, both personally and professionally, had a very clear sense of who they were as people. They had a very clear sense of what they were passionate about, what they were good at, what their needs were, what their values were, and what their purpose was. So they were able to spend some time thinking very clearly about the question about who they were. And one of the things that I spend some time with the students that I work with is developing an entrepreneurial life plan. The second thing that I spend time thinking about with these guys is, where are you going? All right, now that you have a sense of who you are, where do you want to go? What's your big vision? Where do you want to take life? Starting your freshman year at Duke, yes. But how do you be intentional about the way that you step forward every day from here on out? How do you take advantage of all these resources? But importantly, how do you take advantage of things that are directly aligned with the things that you're most passionate about, the things that you're good at, so that you knock it out of the park? And part of that is actually having a clear vision of where you want to go and a clear vision of the kind of impact you want to make in the world around you. The people that we've seen that really created extraordinary lives for themselves have a big idea for how to change the world around them. One of the things that we're trying to provoke you to start thinking about as Duke students is, what's going to be your contribution long term? What's your legacy? Starting now, thinking about that legacy question. And so as we think about those kinds of questions, the questions of how do we help you think more clearly about who you are? How do we help you think more clearly about where you want to go? And how do we help you think more clearly about the big ideas for changing the world around you? And how do we harness all of that energy in a place, in a time that can get you started early, because you're now in that path. So the program that I run is a year-long program. We start with a gateway class in the spring called Entrepreneurial Leadership and Social Innovation. It's designed to introduce you to the entrepreneurial mindset and give you a sense of what it's like to think like an entrepreneur and bring that entrepreneurial mindset into your life and bring that entrepreneurial mindset into the world. I then have a group of students who they come work with me over the course of the summer, and they work directly with community organizations who have identified very specific community challenges they like to address. And I partner these student teams up to try and figure out how to solve that problem in an entrepreneurial way. So to give you a couple of examples of that, we had some students, for example, working with a 2-year residential substance abuse program that brings these residents in for 2 years to try and get them back on their feet and give them job training and life skills training. And they have a number of earned income ventures that they're working on. So now I've got a group of students working with that 2-year program to launch a new grocery store in the Durham community in northeast central Durham. I've got another group of students that are working with the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club to develop a teen center. So we're giving these students really good real-world life experiences in Durham, and we're soon going to be expanding to New Orleans and getting students working directly in New Orleans, trying to figure out how to solve some of the community challenges in New Orleans, and then come back into my fall semester to develop their business plans. So in the fall semester, we're just kicking off the semester now, I've got 18 students, 6 teams, 3 students each, to start developing business plans around these community challenges that they've been working with over the course of the year. At the end of that semester, they then present their business plans, and I have a $150,000 seed fund to put money into some of the most successful ideas that are coming out of this. So it's an opportunity for you to get deeply engaged in the community, opportunity for you to be a change maker, opportunity for you to get to know yourself a little bit better through an entrepreneurial life planning process. So the bottom line that I want to leave with you right now is the idea that when you're ready, we're ready to talk to you. Come find us. We're over in Sanford. I'm in 110, and it's pretty easy to find and track us down. The Entrepreneurial Leadership Initiative, we're part of the Sanford School, and I hope that I get a chance to see some of you over the course of your Duke career. Goodbye.
Thank you, Christopher. Is Rui here for undergraduate netting? Okay, so you're up next to talk about the net impact undergraduate.
Hi everybody, my name is Ray Dong. I'm a junior and I'm VP Marketing this year for Net Impact Undergrad. We're a very new organization. It's been around for a while at Few Club, but we just got it started last year at the undergraduate level, so we're really excited to get a lot of you involved as well. So really quickly about Net Impact, we are an international nonprofit organization, and the mission is to inspire, educate, and equip individuals to use the power of business to create a more socially and environmentally sustainable world. So I guess the main question is not only how do you make a business financially sound, but also how do we make it environmentally and socially responsible, socially sustainable. We're really interested, obviously, in things like corporate and social responsibility and social entrepreneurship and environmental and renewable energy. And some of the current members are nonprofit directors and socially responsible investors. And Al Gore and the executives at Starbucks and Cliff Bar and GE are also members of this organization. So it's a great networking opportunity. And just some examples of the things that we have planned for this year that we would love to get all of you involved in planning with us so you can kind of shape the direction that we take this club in the future, because as I've mentioned, it's very new. We are planning a social entrepreneurship week where we're planning events for undergrads on campus to raise awareness for social entrepreneurship. We have a case study series. Last year we looked at a lot of models of examples of companies who are socially responsible and sustainable. And we also have a guest speaker series. Last year we had the medical director of ExxonMobil come talk to us about their social ventures. And we also have a lot of professional development and networking opportunities, as I've mentioned, and there's also a conference this year at Cornell. So there are flyers on the table. If you guys haven't gotten them, you should pick them up on the way out. And if you have more questions or want to join, you can contact me. My name is in the program. I think it's just ray.dong@duke.edu. And so hopefully we'll see you in